And we are recording. Okay. And welcome back to DPSUltra. Chris was about to tell a
spooky story.
The scariest story y'all have ever dang done heard. And if it's not the scariest thing I ever dang done heard, you're fired.
All right.
It's like I'm not getting paid anyway.
That sweet YouTube ad revenue.
Oh, I can't get it. Anyway,
But anyways, it was at the house when I was still living there, and we were in the living room, and I was like, I buy a lot of antiques and shit, and I have a collection. I see the chandelier.
Yeah.
And I had just gotten this like new. It was like a little souvenir set of binoculars from the Grand Canyon from like the 40s or 50s, and so me and you walked over to the bookshelf.
Oh my God, yes, I remember. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and so we were like talking about it. And I was like showing it to you, and like we were just talking, and then both of us saw, you know, who we thought was Stephanie walking out of the kitchen and then walk behind us and then sit on the couch. And like we both kind of turned and just acknowledged what we thought was Stephanie. And then one of us said a joke like a few seconds later, and then like we turned to Stephanie, or what we thought was Stephanie, sitting on the couch, and went to say something, and there was nobody sitting there. And we both looked at each other and were like, what the fuck? And I was just like, you saw that, right? And you were like, yeah.
No, here's the fucked up part. So everything that you said is correct, but what you actually said was, did you see a black figure come around the corner and sit on the couch? And that was exactly what I saw in my peripheral. And it'd be one thing if you were like, did you see that? And I was like, and I would have been like, oh, you know, what, a black figure? And you were like, yeah, that's what I saw. That'd be one thing. But you saw literally what I saw, and I didn't say a fucking word. Like, we both kind of just turned around and like, obviously were like, we saw something. I didn't say anything.
And you were like, did.
Yeah, and you were like, did you just see a black figure come around the corner and sit there? And I remember I was just kind of like, I was like, yeah. And
yeah, then you called out for Stephanie. You're like, Stephanie? And she was like, what? On the other side of the house, and she was on on her computer.
Her and Nick were out front.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't remember what we were doing prior to that, but me, you, and her were in the living room. We were doing something, and Nick came over, and Stephanie was having problems with her car, and so her and Nick went outside.
Yeah.
And then that's when you're like, oh, dude, check this out. And then like you showed me the binoculars, and then like again, like everything that you just described, that's what happened. And God, dude, like I remember like there's been some weird fucking shit that's like happened at the house, which again leads me to believe that you have a doppelganger.
Yeah.
Or something.
It's like everywhere I go, some weird shit happens.
Yeah, or like you have this weird thing where electronics stop working around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, an ex-girlfriend's mom, she was Mexican, and she had a nickname for me. It was like Manos del Fuego, and which means like hands of fire. And
yeah.
And because
I know that from Manos, the Hands of Fate.
That's honestly, every time I think of that nickname, I think of Manos, the Hands of Fate. But because she noticed that as well, and she was just like, yeah, you everything, like when you touch things, something goes wrong with it, which is just like, oh great, I just fuck things up.
It's actually like kind of true, and like it's so weird because like I'm sure there are people listening to this who are like, yeah, okay, or whatever, like I'm sure this is all bullshit or whatever, and like honestly, like that's fair, but as somebody who
100%.
like, yeah, like as somebody who has also experienced this shit with you, it's fucking like I get that people wouldn't like believe it, but it's fucking like it's wild, man. Like, oh, thank God I can buy the Red 9.
Best gun in the game.
Best gun in the fucking game.
The reloading sequence for the Red 9 is
super like
so satisfying.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it. What story? Oh yeah, there was oh, I think I told you about this. So for those who don't know, I was also whoops. I also do am on a YouTube channel called Snarky Entertainment. And last year I was upgrade everything. Give me everything. I was attempting to film a video by myself. And so what I did was I set up my phone on like a tripod, and like I don't remember what the video was even about at this point, but I set up my phone on a tripod and like hit record. I'm pretty sure I sent you the clip of what I'm talking about, but I set up my phone on a tripod and I hit record and I sat down and I like acted out the scene, whatever it was supposed to be, and I went to go edit the video on my computer, and all of a sudden I heard an EVP.
Yeah, that's right.
And like I was like, oh, maybe there was like, I don't know, maybe somebody was walking by the house as I like was recording or something like that. And so I recorded another scene. Ashley. Oh no. Oh no.
No way.
No. No.
Wait. Hit her with the knife. Oh, there you go.
I got it. Okay.
Wow.
God, I was gonna be so fucking pissed. And so like I went and re-recorded the scene, and I caught another EVP. But it was different. It wasn't like the same thing. So I was able to rule out like, oh, it wasn't like, oh god damn it, I hate this fucking part. And so anyway, long story short, it was like a different EVP. So I was able to rule out like, oh, I wasn't like somebody walking by the house or, you know, something like that. Like I couldn't really make out what it was saying. Oh fuck, Ashley. But it was definitely like a voice. And I don't know, man, like you leave like residue wherever you wherever you go.
I'm stinky as hell.
You leave ghosty, stinky spiritual residue.
I got that paranormal stank.
Yeah. But one story I was gonna I wonder if I should put Ashley up here. One story I was gonna tell really quick, and it hopefully won't take me 11 minutes. So when I was working at CVS, is Ashley coming? That's what she said.
If you have to ask, no.
Yeah, it's fair. Wait. By the way, I don't know how Leon can do this without breaking his ankles.
Oh, you pervert.
I didn't. What?
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't do
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, because you can actually look up her skirt there. Like if you put her up there and climb up the ladder, you can see up her skirt, and then she says that.
All right. But so I was still working at CVS, and one of the managers at the time, Dina, who is our friend Josh's mom, and she is like another mom to me, and I'm sure to you as well. I was in the warehouse, and I think it was one of those days where like we were shorthanded, and she like asked if I could like help out and like open the warehouse and let someone in. And so I was in the warehouse, and I opened the warehouse door, and I remember I got called, or there was a key call to the pharmacy. Or no. I had to go to the pharmacy. It doesn't matter. And so I remember I set the keys on top of a pallet. Next to,
I
you remember the pallet stack?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
happened.
and there was somebody back there, which is why I left the keys back there. Like, normally I wouldn't just leave the keys back there. Might have been, anyway, it doesn't matter. And so I set the keys on the pallet stack, and I went to the pharmacy and did whatever I had to do. And I went back to the warehouse, and the keys were not where I left them. And I left the, I distinctly remember leaving them on the top pallet because, you know, you've got the keys to the store, you want to fucking remember where they're at. And where they were, the pallet stack was stacked kind of unevenly. Like, there was the top pallet, and then the one underneath it was like, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, it was like, there was like a lip almost, where like the top one was kind of hanging over the one underneath it, and then the one underneath that had a lip like above it. And the keys were on the third pallet. And I remember I just kind of looked at it, and whoever was back there, I was like, did you move the keys? And they were like, no, I've been here the whole time. Oh, shit.
You're on fire.
Oh my god, I died.
Wow.
What the?
You are dead.
This is what I get for telling long stories. So, basically, long story short, I grabbed the keys, and oh shit, nice. And I went and ran, and I found Dina, and I was like, you need to come with me right now. And she was like, why, what's wrong? And I was like, you need to come with me. And so I think I actually grabbed her hand, and like, we went back to the warehouse. It's killing me. Oh, fucking god damn it! Why must I tell stories and things happen?
Because
anyway, that's just, you know, that's just the life of a fucking goddamn Let's Player. Professional Let's Player, that is. So anyway, and I was like, okay, I left the keys right here. And when I came back here, they were down here. And she was like, okay. And I was like, do you not see a problem here? Like, like so-and-so, whoever it was, I was like, they swore up and down that they didn't move it. And she was like, okay, well maybe it just like, maybe they fell down. And I was like, no, they didn't fall down because the way that I set them, there's just no fucking way they could have moved. They could have fallen down. And she's like, okay, well, I don't know. Go check the cameras. And I checked the camera, and there was no motion. So it didn't catch how the keys moved.
weird.
Yeah.
They just like moved. They just like appeared.
Yeah, basically, like the motion. I don't know. God damn! I wish I could fucking remember. Like whoever was in the warehouse when I left, they like stepped out of frame, and so there was no motion.
Oh, I see.
When yeah, and then when I went back there, that's when the motion like set in, and then it was really hard to tell. Oh, god damn it! It was really hard to tell, like, because the camera quality was so shitty, you couldn't even really see the keys.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like you couldn't see where I set them, and then you couldn't see where they ended up after I like went back there. It was super fucking weird, and like, of course, like I told Dina that. She's like, okay, yeah. I was like, I'm telling the truth.
Well, like tons of people that work there had stories. Like it was just universally known as the Longs ghost, because every single employee there would see people, like, because there's the big pillars, you know, like the load-bearing pillars in the building, and you'd see someone walk from the right, and then they go behind the pillar, and they wouldn't come out the other side.
Yes,
And stuff
that's
like
right.
that. And like people would see that all the time, and it would just be like kind of an amorphous blob of a person. And like my sister, I mean, she worked for Longs, and all her coworkers saw stuff like that. It's so weird. And there was one time I was there, and I was working underneath so next to the box baler, there were a set of stairs that went up to a loft where we kept shelves and just random stuff like that. And I was working on some like backstock that was underneath the loft, and I heard like someone stomping super fast up the stairs, and it was really loud. It was like bang, 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 like all the way up the stairs. And so I went up, and I was like, who the hell's running up the stairs? And there was no one upstairs, and there wasn't enough time for someone to go back down the stairs by the time I got up there. And it was super, super loud. And one thing I also noticed is that the doors weren't moved, like the doors into the warehouse weren't moving, and I was the only person in the warehouse. And it was just like, it was so trippy.
Yeah, there was, I mean, not even strictly talking about paranormal stuff, but there was a lot of shit that happened at that store.
Well, there's like a lot of crazy shit in general that happened there with, people. Because like so many people come through there. There was that 1 week from hell.
Oh my god, dude.
Where just something like catastrophic happened every day. Like the paramedics were called like 3 or 4 times. The cops were there a bunch of times.
And if anybody listening to this thinks Chris is exaggerating, it was legitimately every single day for a fucking week. Something happened where Dina almost had a fucking nervous breakdown. Actually, no, she did have a nervous breakdown, and I felt fucking horrible.
Yeah, it was complete chaos.
Yeah. God damn, I do not fucking miss working there. Wow, that was kind of scary. I remember, this is the last I'll mention of the paranormal shit, but, I should probably heal. I can't heal. There was also another time where, when, Anna worked there, and, again, like, I don't know if it was just me fucking tripping out or whatever, but, like, I saw her go up the stairs from the break room, like, into, the office.
Oh, look at this guy.
Fucking...
bobbing and weaving.
Fucking... oh, boy. Moves like Mick Jagger. Get out of here. But I don't remember why I, like... oh, thank God. No. I don't remember why I had to, like... I had to talk to her about something. And, I saw her go up into the main office, and I was like, oh, alright. And, like, I went up there, and there was fucking nobody there. Like, Tim wasn't there, the store manager, Tim. Anna wasn't there, like, not a single fucking person was in the office, and I was like, okay. There was just a lot of creepy shit in, around that time.
Yeah. A lot.
Like, not just even that, like, I mean, based on, like, the stories that we've been telling for the last 2 episodes, but, just, like, shit that we can't explain. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, oh, there were actual ghosts, and, like, there are poltergeists. Like, there is just shit where, like, I can't explain. Like, if I could come up with an explanation for how the keys fell from the top pallet to the 3rd pallet of that pallet stack, then I'll fucking be like, okay, I finally solved the mystery. But I legitimately, like, it just so happened that there was no motion on the cameras that didn't catch the keys moving, and I couldn't explain it to Dina, and I had like no proof. It's like, fuck, man, like, shit's weird. And then, like you were saying earlier, how like I guess I just totally forgot about how I thought I saw you walk through the warehouse when you weren't even fucking working there at that time.
Yeah.
And it actually, like, it scared me for a while, because I was like, I'm seeing shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, either I'm seeing shit or Chris is fucking with me.
Yeah, no. Well, it's like the weird thing too, where as time goes on, you think about it, and you're like, did this actually happen?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, it actually happened.
And like, there have been times where I've watched your parents' house while you guys were, out camping or, whatever. And like, it's kind of weird because, like, based on everything that we've talked about, you would think that like it was really scary.
Oh, she can't use a fucking ladder?
Yeah,
Jesus
she's inept. She's unable to ascend or descend. But like, you would think, based on everything that we've talked about, that like it's scary at your parents' house, and it never is. Like, there were never any times where you would be like, "Hey, you want to come kick it?" And I'd be like, "No, I don't think so. It's scary up there." It was always like, "Yeah, sure." And it was like, I don't know.
There were certain parts of the house that most people hated, namely the bathroom in my parents' bedroom. So they
never
had
been in that one.
Oh man! So their bedroom had like the bathroom was this like kind of hallway. There was like a hallway with the closets that led to the bathroom, and it was all like one big room essentially. And everybody that had been in there was just like, "Oh, it's bad back there. Don't like being back there." And I would tell people about it, and I'd take them back there, and they'd be like, "Okay, whatever." And then I'd take them back there, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, this feels bad."
Huh? Yeah, I've never been in your parents' bathroom.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Well, unfortunately.
Yeah. Fucking murderer, burning down the house.
Yeah. This is in my opinion, the worst part of the game.
Which part is this?
What are we gonna do, Leon?
You have to basically hold off all these enemies for like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I remember this.
And Carlos Mencia is here.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a slow throw.
Well, hey man, Carlos Mencia, he can control gravity.
And steal jokes.
How rude! And I don't believe there's any relevance with my figure and my standing. Who are you?
Yeehaw!
SpongeBob.
Perhaps the young lady might want to introduce herself first before asking someone his name.
Her name's Ashley Graham, the president's daughter.
The name's Sandy Cheeks.
Well,
Don't worry. She's cool.
Did he just say she's cool?
Mind. There's supposed to be
I
some
don't
kind
know.
of obvious symptom.
I
turn into one of them anyway.
I don't recall hearing an L.
Oh man, the red 9 he has in the back of his pants is like straight up in his butt crack.
Oh, I
Like,
didn't see it.
the way it was like jammed in there,
It's game time.
it had to have been in his ass crack.
Oh, god damn it. I hate this. This part fucking sucks ass. Alright, let's do
Just
the
don't-
fucking, yeah.
Don't be bad at it.
As many times I've legitimately... Oh, shit. I've legitimately... I think Resident Evil 4 is a game that I have beaten the most out of any game ever. And as much as I've played this game, I still fucking hate this part. Because it just... Oh. God, it sucks. It sucks. What would you say is a game that you've beaten the most?
I was just trying to think about that.
Or maybe not like beaten the most, but like, well, if I say play the most, I think I know the answer. Ow.
God damn, man. God damn, I just drawn a blank. What was your guess?
Probably like Age of Empires or Age of Empires or something.
Let's see. Let me look at my Steam real quick.
I mean, according to Steam, for me, it's Borderlands 2. But, oh, did it save my upgrades? Probably not. I think the most amount of time I put into a game is Red Dead Redemption 2. No, of course it fucking didn't save it!
Oh, damn.
I think I put like 105 hours into Red Dead 2.
Well, on my Steam account, which a lot of games I've played have not been through Steam, my number one is Divinity Original Sin 2 with 298 hours.
Wow.
And then Elden Ring is second at 210.
Wow.
And then third, Skyrim at 87. Fourth, Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, 76 hours. After that is Valheim with 59. Witcher 3 with 57. Company of Heroes 2 with 55.
Oh, nice.
Borderlands 2, 55. Sid Meier's Civilization 6, 52. Subnautica, 50. Call to Arms, Gates of Hell Ostfront, 50. Pillars of Eternity, 44. And then I just got this game like 2 weeks ago. Old World, already have 41 hours on it. I think I got it like 3 weeks ago. That game is so fucking good. It's like I think one of the original guys from Civ, the Civ series, is helped develop it, and it's essentially like a kind of a spiritual successor to Civilization, because it borrows a lot of gameplay from Civ, but it has a lot of really cool changes in it that excuse me, that make it really interesting. The only difference is that, like, in Civilization you go like through ages of human progress, but Old World is like just in like the classical ancient world, like, you know, Rome and ancient Egypt and Greece and all that. So it's you're kind of stuck in one era, but oh my god, it's so good.
Okay, it sounds kind of cool.
It's a little bit more complex than Civilization. It's like kind of in between Civilization and Crusader Kings. That was really funny.
This never ends.
Like, Crusader Kings is cool, but oh my fucking god, it is so complicated, and like, it's the kind of game where you need to watch videos to learn how to play it.
Weren't we a long ass time ago, like, you and I played oh god, we were playing some kind of like Civ game.
We were playing Civ 5.
You fucking just annihilated me.
Like, immediately.
Like, immediately, and I was like, all right, this isn't for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, Civilization is a very particular type of game. Like, if you haven't put hours into Civilization, then it's like unintelligible on like what to do, because you have to like a lot of micromanagement and resource
Yeah, which
gathering and
I don't think I'm like very good at that. Like I don't think I'm bad at it, but like when you have to be super like meticulous about it, that's where I'm like, I don't know.
yeah, it's one of those things you have to get used to. Like Civilization is a good, like the genre is called 4X, which is like expand, explore, something.
Explore,
Exterminate something.
Exterminate, and I need to heal.
Exhume.
Sure, why not?
But yeah, like it's definitely a genre that Civ is a good introduction to it because it's surprisingly one of the less complicated 4X games.
Really?
Oh god, yeah, dude. There's some 4X games that are just oh my god. Like there's a company called Paradox Games that they're known for making. Like they made Crusader Kings, Europa Universalis, that whole family of games, and they are very deep.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, you did it. They're like super deep and require a lot
Looks like they're
of
back
strategy
on.
and planning and
What do we do now?
understanding
The bridge I crossed to get here is
the
down,
mechanics.
so I guess we have no choice but to keep moving.
I forgot something. You guys go on ahead.
See?
Louis.
It's up his ass.
All right. Oh, I see what you mean. It's like, all right, bye. Well, after that fiasco and scary stories to tell in the dark, we'll
See you at some point.
yeah. I was trying to come up with something funny to say, but I just kind of gave up. But we will continue with the adventures of Leon and Sandy from SpongeBob.
I just
On
shoot
the
her in the
next
fucking head.
Oh. I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can shoot her. I won't.
Do it.